Greetings to all of you. I want to talk with you today about the important energies that we're moving into as we enter the new year 2021. This past year has been a stressful, painful year for many of us as we've seen the effects of the pandemic and how it's affected so many physically, how it's led to loss, death, economic stress, psychological distress. It's been a challenging time, and I truly believe that going through this time of the pandemic is a call for all of us to look at how we are out of balance with each other and with the earth. As we move into this new year, we've just had the great conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn as they've moved into the sign of Aquarius. For those of you who saw it, it was an amazing sight to see them merge together and come into their closest proximity visually for us on the day of the winter solstice. And to see that bright star in the sky, bringing us hope and light in times of darkness, and guiding us as we honor the winter solstice, the movement into the light of the year here on the Northern Hemisphere, but guiding us into a new year and a new time when we can heal and come back into balance. I truly believe that the key transits in 2021 are guiding us in that journey. The book of wisdom is all around us. It's written on the earth and in the movement of the stars and planets in the sky. So let's listen to them, listen to their messages, listen to their guidance for us so that we can move through this time of transition and transformation into new ways of being. I truly believe that the earth, with our experience of the pandemic, with our experience of increasing earth changes, the fires, the storms, the floods, the earthquakes, the earth herself is in a process of transformation and is guiding us in this time of transition. And the planets in the sky are showing us the way. It's extraordinary that we move into this new year with Jupiter and Saturn in the sign of Aquarius. They are truly the midwives guiding us as we're moving into the new age, the age of Aquarius. That, as I've said in other videos, I believe will go more fully into effect at the end of 2024 when Pluto moves fully into Aquarius. We've been through an intense few years as Saturn and Pluto came together in Capricorn in 2019. This was a time of deconstruction of the systems of our global community. Capricorn, the systems and structures of our lives were being called to break down in order for new forms to emerge. And as Jupiter moved into conjunction with Pluto and Saturn throughout most of 2020, it was guiding us to begin to dream the new possibilities, the new forms that we can move into. And it's amazing how the Jupiter conjunction with Pluto in March 2020 coincided with the lockdowns, with the pandemic, guiding us to stop, step back, reflect, reset, look at the systems and structures in our lives individually and collectively to realize what's out of balance. And now as Saturn and Jupiter move into Aquarius, they're saying, dream the new forms into being. Jupiter brings us that sense of faith, hope, new possibilities, that expansive energy, guiding us to dream and envision the new forms of the Aquarian Age. And Saturn is guiding us in committing to those new forms and paradigms and helping us see how we can bring them into form in our world and in our lives. The age of Aquarius is about coming back into balance. We've been through such tumult in our human history, and I believe a part of that has been our exploration of our separation and individuation and capacity to explore our actions and our capacity to assert ourselves. And we've seen the shadow side of that and how we've gotten into division with each other, power struggles with each other, the history of our wars and abuse of each other, domination, trauma, exploitation. And I truly believe the energies that we're in now are saying it's time to step into a higher level of consciousness and maturity as a human species. The energy of Aquarius is about coming back into balance and harmony, coming back into right relationship with each other and with the earth and with all of the life forms around us. I like to think of the energy of Aquarius as guiding us into a new form of humanity, homo harmonious, finding our way back into harmony with each other and the earth and the cosmos. We've been living in a discordant pattern, and everything in our cosmos is energy, is vibration. We live in a world of harmonics, and the music, the harmony of the spheres is guiding us back into balance and harmony within ourselves, with each other, with all that is. But how do we do that? In an extraordinary way, the planets are giving us that guidance and wisdom and showing us the way. These past several months, starting in August 2020, Pluto has been squaring Mars in Aries, guiding us to transform our actions and the ways in which we assert ourselves and act in ways that are destructive. And Pluto has been saying, transform that. Take time to look at these ways that we have been so destructive in our own lives, with each other, with the earth. And during that same period of time, actually starting in September of 2020, Neptune has been squaring the lunar nodes in Sagittarius and Gemini. And Neptune has been saying, dissolve the beliefs of the past. Let go of these out of balance ways that you have been in, these paradigms of domination and control and destruction. North Node in Gemini, integrate the polarities, come back into balance, hold the light and shadow within yourself and within the world, and come back into integration and wholeness. Now, as we move into 2021, with Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius. They are moving into squaring Uranus in Taurus. Jupiter will be squaring Uranus the beginning of 2021, and then Saturn will actually be staying in a square with Uranus all of 2021. Uranus in Taurus is guiding us to have clarity about how we are in relationship with the earth, Taurus, how we are in relationship with our finances and our resources, Taurus, and guiding us into innovating new ways of manifesting who we are on the earth, again, in forms that are in balance and harmony with all that is, Saturn in Aquarius. This Saturn-Uranus square is what's called a third quarter square, which is, the meaning of that is, it's a crisis in consciousness. We are truly needing to release the beliefs from the past and the paradigms that we've been living in, that are these notions of the survival of the fittest, the sense that we live in a world with limited resources, and therefore we need to compete with each other and struggle for power and control and domination. Those are the paradigms that are leading us as humanity to our own self-destruction. As Satirus talks about in her book Earth Dance, she's an evolutionary biologist, we need to catch up with most of the other species on the planet that have gone through their own evolutionary process to get to that understanding that to thrive on the earth means to live in interconnectedness with all that is, in harmony and balance with all that is. And then you not only survive, you thrive. We humans are caught in an archaic notion of the need for control and dominance in order to have security and safety, and yet it is the very thing that's leading to our self-destruction. Another key transit this year is that Chiron is in Aries. It started in that sign in Aries in February of 2019 and will continue until 2027. Chiron in Aries, it's time for us to heal our sense of self, Aries, to heal the ways in which we have abused our power and self-assertion, Aries. As we heal, we no longer operate from fear or that belief that we only can be secure by controlling what's around us and dominating others or separating ourselves from others. Chiron is guiding us to heal individually and collectively. And I truly believe it is our trauma, our experiences of trauma in our own lives that lead to our reactivity, our being caught in fear, our disconnection from ourselves and each other. And it is our collective trauma that we've experienced across our human history that fuels the divisiveness, the abuse of power, war, violence, exploitation, abuse of each other and of the planet. It is time to heal. It is only as we heal that we can move into these new paradigms. It is only as we really face and heal from our own trauma individually and collectively that we can come into new forms of collaboration and community and interconnectedness with each other and with the other life forms on this planet. These are the energies that we're moving into as we move into 2021. These are the planetary transits that are guiding us and showing us the way. And I'll be going into more depth about some of these energies as we move into the year, but I wanted to give this overview of where we are as we're on this critical threshold and moving into this transition into the age of Aquarius. We are opening to the possibility of moving into higher states of consciousness beyond what we can even imagine in this moment. We're in that liminal time, the in-between time. But we have such capacity to make an evolutionary leap as a human species into whole new ways of being. And yet, we can't get there unless we heal, unless we come into integration and wholeness, come into that remembrance of our soul selves and our unity with all that is. And then we can move from fear and all of the reactivity related to our trauma into love, into compassion, into acceptance of each other and respect for each other and for the earth and for all of life. Then we can come into right relationship with all that is and truly become the homo harmonious beings that we're capable of being in harmony, part of the symphony of the spheres of the cosmos. May we move into that journey of healing and transformation together. May we step back from our trauma and reactivity and divisiveness and honor that journey of healing and transformation and movement into the Aquarian Age. Blessed be.